Hello, my name's Rock Walker. I'll show you my flag. I'm a South Australian. This is South Australian weather right now. But that's the flag too. I do live in the South Australian. I was saying, this is a sixth country. Yes, it's a country in Ireland, but the country can be, if another country fights and we own half and half the country, that's the reason why we have a border, but we don't have borders. The second part of about it is an island, as if Commonwealth can sell it up. We're in the Commonwealth, so you all know that now. We're in the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth sells it. It goes to China. China can use it as an army base. So was America. They could do the same. So any country can use it as an army base, and I don't know where we're going to go. We might get kicked out of our own country. We're not too sure about that. That's why we don't want guns here. Yeah, guns can protect ourselves, but when the chance of time, we have to shoot. We don't want people to shoot themselves and kill each other up or have a civil war here. We want our people to stay alive. And that's why we have guns. This is the reason why we don't have guns. There's a lot of things that we don't have, other countries do have. There's a lot of things that our countries are arguing about it because they don't understand that there's other countries involved in this. And if we have a country who wants to take Australia over and wants to cause a war, other countries will come across. Because it's an island. It's not actually a country. It's an island as well, so we got it both ways. And this is what no one knows. We have it both ways, like New Zealand, they have it both ways. They have a country as well as an island. But they're a smaller island, so we're talking about a country where, yeah, it's native to New Zealand. The native people in that country, that's New Zealand, but it is a country. And we're the same. We're not native, but we're actually the same. We're in both countries, an island country, and it's a six big country. So you're looking at both of these countries, but you're looking at the one big country they can turn into an army base. And yes, if they did take it over in the army base, there'd be a lot of countries in war with one country. And this is why we actually say China takes over. They've talking about China number one. A lot of countries heard about it, China number one. Then you hear about make America great again. This is where people don't realise that politics, yes, we got to listen and we got to learn that politics is really what they are doing it for. They want these countries to take them over, and then they could take the whole world over. We're using Australian. So that's the background story. No one actually listens. No one actually knows. You've got to live in Australia to find this out. You can't really find this out on YouTube. You can't find this out anywhere else because it's a hidden story. They don't want too many people scared. They don't want people to know, and they don't want too many army officers or people to be worried about Australian and their own country. See, this is a bad idea of talking about it because yeah, I can get into trouble for it, but I don't get into trouble too much about it. I could get into trouble for everything about it. YouTube might ban it because it's not true, because no one talks about it. It's not talking about it. It's not wanting to talk about it. It's the way they talk about it. It's the way people worry about it. The civil rights about it. The civil rights is like why we said we're banning the guns over Australia, because the civil rights, people can actually fight and there's a civil right here. We don't want to worry. We don't want to fight. Because if there's a war out in our own country and then we get attacked, we can't do anything because we're all fighting each other. And that's going to be a lot harder. When they take over, we can kill each other. They don't have to worry about us, and then they'll take over the country. We can't do that. And then they could take over other countries and make this as an army base. So this is what no one knows, that China really wants Australian as a big army base. They want it for themselves. They've been asking Commonwealth to sell it to them. America's been asking for Australia to sell it to them, so they can't do it. And it's a stalemate, because Commonwealth won't move. But what if Commonwealth does do that? You see, the point is, if Commonwealth does sell Australian, what happens to Australian people? What happens if who buys it? And you're looking at China, you're looking at America, you look at other countries, they can use it as an army base. So you got to think about kind of stuff it's not dependent upon a home. So parents don't realise, and I'm not a child, I'm a kid, I'm an adult, but parents don't realise this. Parents, you don't realise this. Kids, you don't tell the kids that the schools don't teach the kids this kind of stuff. It only happens in Australia. If you come over to Australia and you went to one of the art schools, you'll learn all this. You'll learn this in school, you'll learn this at home, you'll learn this everywhere. You'll learn this in your business, you'll learn it for everything. Because while you're learning it, we only talk about it in South Australia. We talk about it in all states of Australia. So it's Sydney, Queensland, Melbourne, Victoria, WA. And you hear people going across to America, we can't talk about it in America because it's not allowed. We got to talk about it in our own country, our own base. So that's how I'm talking about it. And that's, yes, we got free speech to talk about it. If we're talking about it in our own base, or if we're teaching people, and you come across it, you're going to hear about this. You're going to learn, and you'll hear about our governments, you'll hear about our TV sets, you'll hear about everything. And you hear other countries talking about it. You hear Donald Trump even talking about it. So they don't tell you everything. And that's the point about everybody doesn't realise. If you look at the map, Australians ain't got no islands. Australians got no other country but an island. If you look at the map, there's an island on the map. It's true. When you come across it, that's what it looks like in real life. It's not fake. There's no fake about it. There's no people didn't come to Australia. Yeah, people did come to Australia at the time. It's no fake country. It's a real country. And if you look at the map, that's real. So everything's real in that country. Everything, I actually live in South Australia. I know that's real. I know everything's real. I'm not an actor. I'm not anything like that. If you really want to come across, you can find out yourself. But you'll find out that if it ever does happen, you'll find out the hard way because you'll be a if China takes it over, and you'll come to be a slave. So that could happen to Australia. We could come to slaves. And then you'll be Chinese slaves. And if America did it, and they're American slaves, and if Africa did it, we're African slaves. If England done it, we could be England slaves. And these are countries we're talking about. Even Turkey, we could be Turkey slaves. So you got to think about all the slaves that was there. And they all come across the South Australian. All the prime ministers know about Australia. They all know about the slave word. They all know about how they could slave everyone without them knowing. We're all slaves. At the end of the day, we're all slaves. And once one country takes over Australia. And that's what you guys don't talk about. We don't talk about it. No one talks about it. And that's the reason why we don't talk about that kind of crap. So you think about it, parents. You think about the history of what's the history of other countries. And you want to learn other countries, come across and do that. Stop saying this fake, stop saying this crap. You got to learn yourselves. And think about, is it really what you're planning for your own governments? You think about Australia, you think about what I've said about Australia. It's true, if a country brought off Commonwealth and they wanted to use this as an army base, they want to slave all the other countries, they'll do it. It's a big 6 months, it's a big country. And it's a real country too. And that's how you'll find out as really real. And how serious you can do your countries. That's what I'm talking about. And this is what you guys don't understand. You guys don't really understand what Australians really going through. We go through a lot of things. And we go very scared of a lot of things and we don't show it because we can't show it. We gotta be the greatest people out. Alright, I'm gonna catch you guys going. Alright, bye.